Well, hello there. Today, I'm going to talk to you as if we were in the police department. This is an old TV show from the 80s, Hill Street Blues. And the Sarge would always say, after he talked to his police officers, he'd say, let's be careful out there. And that's what we want to tell you, because we want to give you a heads up on scammers. This info was gathered from Miami Herald and Global Data Point online articles. Now, there are many real estate scams out there, many. And we're going to cover just two today. Two. And then we have some local resources at the end of the video that we're going to share and maybe put in the comments. So if you find yourself being preyed upon by these low-life scammers, you can do something about it, or if you have friends. We are Coldwell Banker Realtors. I'm Sylvia Four.
And I'm Linda Hollington.
So first, the first low-life scammer story is a Miami-Dade trio one of them pretended to be a realtor, and they would lure victims to a vacant home. And this would be through social media like Facebook, so they get your trust. And then once the victims were in the home, the other two would pose as the homeowners and conduct the transactions with money. So in some cases, they would even go to the extent of having these victims go to a police department and get background records, fill out paperwork, and then call them back and say, you have been approved. But we need to have a down payment. According to the Homestead Police Department and the captain, Fernando Morales. So one victim, a father of two, said he hoped to move into the home after a very long search for a place to rent. This man, his name is Kenny, said he provided the group with pay stubs, signed a lease agreement, and paid more than, get this, $5,200 in a deposit. Now, Kenny told the reporter, we saw the property, we liked the property. We went through the whole process. We showed up with the truck. It was fully loaded with all our possessions. When we pulled up, there were 3 other families there. Everybody trying to move into that one unit. Now, another victim, her name was Kyla. She said, we thought we were getting the deal of a lifetime, and then suddenly it's all snatched away in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and it happens. This was in Miami-Dade, but it happens all over the world, and it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
If it sounds too good, it probably is too good. And I had an experience with a rental, not quite like that, here in Brevard, and I talked to a police officer, and he said, let me tell you, this is like the Wild Wild West. That's exactly the way he described it. So they're preying on people, they're taking advantage of people, so you need to beware and be careful out there. They know people are desperate for houses and for rentals.
Well, it's such a tight rental market. What is the number of rentals in all of Brevard County? 72 miles long with 300?
It's rented between 320 and 350.
It's very difficult. And of course,
Minute is the word.
Terrible, terrible. And I've got a list of people searching, and they are desperate.
And the prices are high. There's no such thing as a low price rental.
And the qualifications, so people, to get in are higher than some of the folks can manage. So now we're going to move on to the second story of the low-life scammers, and this time it's a duo, and they're into the house flipping scam. So this couple, they have been convicted, thank goodness, of stealing nearly $1.8 million from one family that thought they were investing in a house flipping company. So Vivian Rodriguez, I'm embarrassed to say, she was a real estate agent. She helped, I'm not sure she was a realtor though, and there is a difference. She helped broker the deals, and her handyman, Yvonne Cerna, was to renovate the houses for resale. But the investigators said that 31 out of the 32 properties that they supposedly purchased, they weren't even for sale to begin with. At the trial, the prosecutor said the money they spent on personal expenses, including over $220,000 at local casinos and cruises and trips to Disney World and Europe. Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Miguel de la O sentenced Rodriguez to 15 years in prison and 15 years probation, and Cerna to 14 years in prison and 16 years probation. So think long and hard before you start going down that road to low-life scammers. Now, during this hearing, the Judge de la O said to these people, and he did not mince words, "You are thieves. Some people rob with a gun, you robbed with your words. You rely on your shared Cuban background and your presentation as a family, and you used the victim's trust against them." Then the judge continued, "There's little difference between what you did and if you had walked into a bank and handed the note a teller asking for $1.5 million, except that you have affected the rest of their lives and their children's lives." Now I say a standing O for Judge de la O.
Yeah, they got their penalty right. And the scammers are everywhere. They're looking for transactions that they can cut off, take the money and run with. And real estate is one of them. The rentals is another. I do have some helps for you here in Brevard County. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office has a website, brevardsheriff.com is what it's called. And they have a fraud and scam section there. It gives you all kinds of tips, really good tips on what you need to do that can protect yourself from that. Their hotline is an 800 number, 423-8477. I'm sorry. And you can call them anytime. They also have a mobile app that's great to have on your phone, even for your own protection anywhere. It's nice to have on your phone.
Yeah.
And you get alerts for different things that are going around the county besides this type of thing. There's also federal laws that these people are breaking. So the Federal Trade Commission has a website too with loads of helps. This falls under the Bureau of Consumer Protection. So, but go to www.ftc.gov, and their helpline is from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5:30. It's an 800 number, 800-876-7060. Now we need to beware, we need to be knowledgeable, and we need to report to help get rid of these scammers and these criminals that can no longer steal money from us out on the streets, but they can interrupt a transaction and walk away with your money. So you need to be careful.
It's cruel.
It's cruel. It really is.
Cruel. And there are some scams in real estate that the Fibbies get involved in, especially at closings for homes, and we have to be very careful because they're preying on us and they're preying.
Yes, and on that note, I check to see what's happening through just my computer. I don't do business through my computer. The company has a system that we go through, but just on my computer, once a month, this month I checked, which happened to be the 14th, over 70,000 plus questionable things tried to come into my email.
Just your email.
That's just my laptop. Yeah. That they got rid of. They were searching and stuff for information. So don't think that you're safe in your home. Because you're not.
Yeah.
If you have anything, any IT equipment at all, a printer, Alexa, any of those things, you're a target.
Right, exactly. All right, so here we go with let's be careful out there. Thanks for staying with us today, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully Sherry will be with us.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about, she's bringing a script together that we're going to talk about home trends, kind of like fashion trends, but for your home interior and exterior. So that will be fun. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to
like us on YouTube, and to subscribe to YouTube, and to like us on Facebook.
All right, bye folks.
Bye.